You are watching the Indiana Sports Network Game of the Week. This program is a copyrighted production of Indiana Sports Network and cannot be shown, reproduced, or redistributed in any way or in any form without prior written permission from Indiana Sports Network.
You're watching high school basketball on the Indiana Sports Network.
Well, good afternoon, folks, and welcome to Terre Haute North High School for today's matinee basketball contest. Not every day that we have a Saturday 2 p.m. start, but here we are with Terre Haute North and Evansville Memorial. Troy Woodine, Walter Gordon, happy to be with you, and Happy New Year to you, and especially you, the first game for Terre Haute North. Not for Evansville Memorial in the new year, and we're ready to get this thing kicked off with a bang.
Yeah, it's kind of different to be here on a Saturday afternoon,
is.
but it's a good thing with Mother Nature bearing down on us,
I agree.
guess. So we'll get our sports out of the way today and hunker down for whatever happens tomorrow. But yeah, it should be a good one. Evansville Memorial with a win yesterday over Brebeuf, and they're undefeated so far,
Yeah.
Walt. You roll into the new year undefeated on the basketball schedule, you're doing something right.
I agree, and of course, you know, you're looking at schedules starting right around Thanksgiving, and around this time, the teams, you know, most teams are getting into the meat of their conference schedule after New Year's, and then kind of have that stretch before you get ready for the postseason tournament. And 7-0, playing some decent competition, and not just playing teams from Evansville. They've got to be feeling good.
Yeah, a lot of these Evansville schools, we've seen it with Reitz as well. They play some teams from Kentucky,
Right.
you know, over the state line, and a little more diversity there. But, man, you throw in all those Evansville schools together, and, boy, it's a tough company down there, I'll tell you what. But North came away and beat these guys last year, and they are looking to rebound from a pretty tough loss there in the Wabash Valley Classic final.
It was a tough loss indeed. Terre Haute North. The people have deemed it the Todd Wolfley Invitational because of the amount of times that he's won this tournament in his first 16 years at the helm of Terre Haute North, of course, this being the 17th. But they took a 12-point loss, 49-37 to the hands of the Northview Knights in a game that I would say Northview played pretty close to their A game.
They really did. It was a really hard-fought game. You know, not much scoring going on early in that one. The shooting for North just seemed off all night, three-point shooting especially. And, you know, the thing watching that I didn't like the most was they didn't match the hustle of Northview.
Sure.
And Coach Wolfley, I'm sure, has had some long discussions with his Patriots about that. So we'll see if they come out a little more energized today and give this Evansville team a run for their money here and see if they can knock off an undefeated.
Going out of conference to play Evansville Memorial right here on the Indiana Sports Network. We'll step aside for a break, come back with more of our pregame show right here on the Indiana Sports Network.
In Vietnam, a grenade took my ability to see. Today, I'm a sculptor. My victory is bringing beauty into the world.
DAV helps more than 1 million veterans every year. Support more victories for veterans. Go to DAV.org.
You can get the latest high school and college sports information plus great original sports stories at xlhsports.com. Check it out today. You'll be glad you did.
The Fellowship of Christian Athletes has the mission of leading every coach and every athlete into a growing relationship with Jesus Christ and His church. Through camps and huddles, character coaches, and special events, we are making an impact in West Central Indiana. Check out where you can get involved at our website, wcindianafca.org. FCA, we are the heart and soul in sports.
Fearless Designs is still your champion for the finest in laser engraving. Trophies, hats, key rings, mugs, license plates, signs, and almost anything you can dream of are all available. Fearless Designs is a local company now serving the entire United States. Contact Fearless Designs for all your gift and promotional items. You will be glad you did.
You're watching high school basketball on the Indiana Sports Network.
Back at Terre North, getting ready for this high school varsity matchup between Evansville Memorial and Terre North. You know, scheduling is sometimes kind of funny. You look at the vast majority of the teams that participated in the Wabash Valley Classic. I didn't look at every one of their schedules, but most of them had Friday night, last night off probably because of the grueling nature of that tournament, and I think it was a wise decision. Evansville Memorial got a big win last night against Indianapolis Buff. Coach Harrington's 60th win at the helm of Memorial, you know, I think there's something to be said about being in a rhythm, and we'll see how that how they fare coming from the Queen City last night after playing, and then coming here today for this afternoon contest.
Yeah, you wonder, you know, kind of short rest in between games, really. I mean, you got an afternoon game today, night game last night, but I like that game a little earlier after New Year's myself. You know, you get a big gap in there. You see it a lot of times with college teams. Early in the season, they may have a week off between games, and that's just a little too much, you know. You want to have these guys conditioned to go back-to-back days because it happens quite a bit.
Right.
And then you get something like the Classic going on with North where you're playing 3-4 days in a row maybe. So, yeah, they're getting back into the routine of things now. As you mentioned earlier, really hitting the meat of the schedule here. We're going to get into conference play. I think North after tonight, they have one more game, and then they have a couple of conference matchups coming up. One of those against South at the Holman Center, which we'll be covering.
We will. In a couple of weeks' time, the battle for the shoe will have that. But the Terre North Patriots, you mentioned, you know, coming off of the loss to Northview just on Monday night right here in this very gymnasium. You mentioned the hustle that you would expect to see out of this team today, and I think you hit the nail on the head, or at least one of the nails on the head with that word hustle here today.
Yeah, and you know, some silly mistakes from some of the guards. That should be easily cleaned up, I would think. You know, Gavin Wolfley played pretty well at times. Other times, you wonder, you know, he's driving into the lane with not really a plan of what's going to happen. And those kind of things have to stop. Some poor choices when threes were going up. They were rebounding well, at least early on, and it was keeping them in the game. But, yeah, they just were not matching Northview on the hustle end of things. And you're not going to come out on top very often when you lose that battle.
And that's a battle that you don't necessarily expect Terre North to lose with Coach Wolfley, and, of course, with Coach Jones as well that preceded him. Terre North, defensive-minded in most years, and a gritty team that will hustle, get on the floor, and do the small things. Sometimes the team can kind of lose their way a little bit, so it'll be interesting to see how Terre North rebounds and comes back out of that kind of maybe letdown and disappointment of not winning that tournament. We look at the Evansville Memorial Tigers. Played, of course, last night. Rebuff. I apologize. I don't have the score, of course. Those from Evansville Memorial. You guys know what the score is, but they did get a win to move to 7-0, and then before that, the last game in December played Fort Wayne Dwenger. That was to beat them by 17 points there. So, you know, not a whole lot of, when you look on their schedule, not a whole lot of like a tight games. We do anticipate this being a tight game here today against Terre North.
Yeah, I think this is kind of a test for Memorial, too, because they are undefeated, which is something to say, but they haven't beaten a lot of winning teams in that. That was a big one last night because, for Buff, they have a winning record on the season. They beat Heritage Hills, earlier in the year. I think they're like 6-3 so far. So they've got a couple good wins, but the rest of them, it's kind of like, okay, really, how good is this team? This will be a good test.
You know, the interesting thing about that, and I was kind of looking at that, you look at the schedule, Evansville Bossy 4-7, usually a team that is on the opposite side of that ledger, maybe 7-4, probably maybe even 9-2. Bossy, looking at their record, not having one of their final years. Jasper at 1-6, another thing that you really don't expect coming out of Jasper, and then of course Scottsburg at 2-6. One day, 4A state championship last year, I think it was. So, or was it 3A state championship last year? So, sometimes records can be kind of confusing and kind of send you down the wrong road with what a team really looks like. But the one thing that we can say is that Memorial has won all of the games that have been put on their schedule. The one thing you can't do is control another team's record. All you can do is beat who you have in front of them. And kudos to Coach Hamilton and his Tigers for doing just that the first 7 times for this year. Let's step aside for one more quick break. Get you set for action. Terre North, can they defend home court today and get a win against Evansville Memorial? We'll find out in a few moments right here on the Indiana Sports Network.
Carbon Heating and Air Conditioning has been serving the Wabash Valley for over 30 years, and we are a leading Green Pro partner. Cold weather is here. Be sure to have your heating system serviced. We also have rebates available up to $625 on qualifying equipment. You can also get 24 months no-interest financing for qualified customers. So if you need a service call or are looking to upgrade your current system, give us a call at 812-448-8387. Carbon Heating and Air Conditioning, where comfort and quality meet.
At Great Dane, we don't just build trailers, we build careers. For nearly 50 years, our dedicated teams in the Wabash Valley have been crafted.
You are watching Indiana High School basketball on the Indiana Sports Network.
At Great Dane, we don't just build trailers, we build careers. For nearly 50 years, our dedicated teams in the Wabash Valley have been crafting some of the best trailers on the road. With cutting-edge technology and a family-focused environment, we empower our employees to grow, learn, and thrive in the manufacturing industry, all while focusing on delivering the very best for our customers. Come join our legacy of excellence and start building your future.
Learn more at greatdane.com/careers.
Great Dane. Be great.
I ran out of my pain meds too quickly.
I took more and more to get through my day.
I did anything to get them.
I needed help. I needed hope. I found them both.
Professional, safe, no wait times, quality treatment. Regain something lost. Call or go to winrecovery.org.
You are watching Indiana High School basketball on the Indiana Sports Network.
A big thank you to our sponsors for today's broadcast: Carbon Heating and Air, Disabled American Veterans, Fearless Design, Fellowship of Christian Athletes, Great Dane, Hamilton Center, Joint, Lynn's Pharmacy, Vidal National Bank, and York Automotive. They have a total of 6 locations in Brazil, Greencastle, Crawfordsville, and Plainfield. Today, a big contest for Terre North, trying to get back on the right side of the ledger. What are some of your keys, first for Evansville Memorial and then for Terre North, to get this victory today?
Yeah, well, Evansville Memorial is not a very tall team, so I would think North would be pushing it inside and trying to dominate in the paint. I think limiting second chance points for the Patriots is big. Once Northview got that under control and they were holding the Patriots to just 1 shot per trip, they weren't shooting very well. So, Memorial is going to have to be active on the glass and then somehow try to, kind of converge in the paint and stop the Wren and the big guys. So, for Terre Haute North, on the other hand, we saw them a couple times earlier in the season come out here and almost run the other team off the floor at the start of the game. They got to come out with that kind of energy, prove that, the North we saw in the Wabash Valley Classic Final was not the North that we know and love. And, get a little redemption here. That last game was ugly, and the fans, bad taste in their mouth. I'm sure Coach Wolfley's not happy, and he wants to see his men perform a little better here.
It's interesting. You look at the schedule, of course, Terre North has a return trip to Northview later on the season.
Yeah.
That could be a pretty interesting contest in the Northview Knights. And they've got visions of taking the Vigo County sweep. Obviously, already have West Vigo under the belt. Of course, the North game's not a regular season contest, but then they'll have South later in the season. So, we'll see what they can do. But Terre North, as you mentioned, hustle will be big here today against a team that they're bigger than. So it'll be interesting to see what lessons have been learned over the last few days and what things have been corrected going forward. We're going to find out a really tough and stiff test from Evansville Memorial. We'll step aside for a quick break. We'll have them playing our national anthem, after which we'll get the starters and the tip. Evansville Memorial at Terre Haute North right here. It's a matinee Saturday on the Indiana Sports Network.
Joink has proudly served the Wabash Valley for over 20 years. And now we're investing in the future and bringing lightning-fast fiber internet to more communities. Fiber means faster. Streaming, learning, innovating, connecting. Experience what fiber internet can do for you from your local connection. Sign up today for free installation and a 3-year price lock. Visit joink.com to get started.
At Lynn's Pharmacy, we're more than just your pharmacist. We're your neighbors.
Our kids go to the same schools. We eat at the same restaurants.
We sit next to you in church.
When I listen to a symptom.
When I fill a prescription.
When I offer advice, I'm not just helping a customer. I'm helping my neighbor and a friend. My name is Lynn Hofstetter, and I'm the proud owner of Lynn's Pharmacy, a modern pharmacy with old-fashioned values and personal service dedicated to keeping you, your family, and our community healthy since 1872.
Here at Lynn's Pharmacy, downtown Brazil.
We were choosing colors for the house, and I stopped and looked at Mike and said, "We're really doing this, aren't we?" The process was challenging, but Riddell was there for us every step of the way. The mortgage, closing, they eased our stress. It made sense when Mike said,
"We're really doing this."
Mortgage loans made easy from Riddell. Making friends since 1885.
You're watching high school basketball on the Indiana Sports Network.
Getting ready to have the introduction of the starting lineup.
First of all, for the Evansville Reitz Memorial Tigers. Number 1, Dylan Kendrick. Number 2, Asher Evans. Number 3, Simon Schultz. Number 5, Luke Elsperman. And number 21, Max Anslinger. The Tigers are coached by Mr. Heath Hovington. And now for your Terre Haute North Patriots. Starting at a guard, a 5'11 sophomore, number 2, Mason Lloyd. Starting at another guard, a 6'2 junior, number 12, Cameron Fennell. Starting at guard, a 5'9 junior, number 22, Gavin Wolfley. Starting at forward, a 6'10 senior, number 32, Bryce Wren. And starting at forward, a 6'6 junior, number 33, Brady Kloppenstein. And in his 17th year as head coach of the Patriots, Mr. Todd Wolfley.
Well, for the Tigers, Kendrick, Evans, Schultz, Elsperman, and Anslinger. For the Patriots, Lloyd, Fennell, Wolfley, Wren, and Kloppenstein Memorial with their road blues. I like that shade of blue, I might add. You can't go wrong with too many shades of blue. But that is a very nice blue. Terre Haute North with their home whites and Memorial gets the possession.
We'll keep an eye on number 5 for Evansville Memorial. Elsperman, he is only 11 points from scoring 1,000 in his career.
And that is about 1,000 points more than I scored in my high school career. What an accomplishment to hit that milestone. A very upperclassman-laden lineup with Evansville Memorial in the lane, and then kicking it back out for 3. That's the way you do now. You touch paint, and there's Anslinger knocking down a big bucket.
Yeah, that's a big start, big part of their game. The Patriots are going to have to be active on the perimeter defensively.
I was wondering how Evansville Memorial would come out defensively on North. Would they come out in the zone? Would they come out man? They do come out man. We'll see how North can operate there. Ball tipped away from Kloppenstein, and now Wolfley has it at the high right.
You can see how Wren just towers over everyone on the Memorial.
Kloppenstein trying to answer the three, not able to do that. And a big rebound comes down to Elsterman. Schultz with the ball, and now Elsterman at the end for Terre Haute North. Some would say that N stood for North a few days ago. Shot off the glass, no, and Wren with a strong rebound. Bryce Wren is a young man that I'm looking at here today to assert some dominance. I need him to play with a little bit more of a spark. There's a nice big rebound off the three-pointer miss, and Lloyd, the coach's kid, Mason Lloyd with North's first 2 points.
And Lloyd really provided the only little spark that North had in that Classic final. He hit a couple shots that kept him in it.
Wren with yet another rebound and advanced the ball up the court.
I think he's the only starting sophomore on the floor for the Patriots.
North trying to get into their offense. Kloppenstein, a young man that has great size and also a great touch. Wren throws the ball away. Almost your first turnover. He stepped on the end line, so it's going to stay right here. A great hustle by Evans. I think that was Evans. Taking the ball out, baseline right, will be Gavin Wolfley. Got to watch Fennell from deep. Wolfley tees it up. Big bucket, Gavin Wolfley. 5-3 your score.
Pretty good start offensively here for the Patriots.
So Fennell draws the assignment on Elsterman, and they're going to switch that, and now Lloyd has him. Mason Lloyd, a very capable defender, tipped it away, and here comes Bryce Wren. Wren finds Wolfley, a screen, and now, oh boy, nice high hands by Memorial, or else that probably would have been a Wren three-point attempt.
Yeah, and that's what we saw a lot of last week with the Patriots. They're kind of weak passes and not seeing the lanes very well.
Strong drive by Wolfley off the glass, and here comes Memorial. Anslinger gets it in the corner. Asher Evans thought about it, and the ball swings. Three-point attempt over Kloppenstein, knocked down by Schultz.
Memorial 2 for 2 from beyond the arc so far. You hit them fairly often, you're going to stay right in it with Terre Haute North.
Fennell's drive was cut off by Anslinger. He's got it back right now. Foot on the line, no good, off the front iron. Here comes Memorial.
Just nobody down there rebounding right now. I don't understand it.
Got Wren up in the air, goes off the glass, and a nice bucket by Asher Evans. His first bucket, 8-5, your score almost halfway through the first quarter. A couple of subs coming in next dead ball.
Coach Wolfley not liking what he's seeing. We're gonna
good backdoor action to Fennell. It's a big bucket for him to get North back to a one-possession deficit. I guess it was a one-possession deficit. It was a three-point line. I thought it was 4. That's what I get. Here's a steal. Lloyd looking ahead to Wolfley off the glass. Yeah, there we go. Good job in transition. Wolfley with 5 in the quarter. North now with a 1-point lead.
It's a good pick by
Speaking
Wolfley.
of backdoor. Oh, and he misses. Oh, he misses. That's the best look he's going to have tonight probably. Here comes Fennell on a drive. A little 6-footer and a quick timeout. A nice spurt by North and a 30-second timeout by Memorial. Will be right back.
Your All-Pro running back Jonathan Taylor here for York Automotive. Looking for an All-Pro deal on your next car, truck, or SUV? York is my #1 pick. With over 600 vehicles in stock, York has the largest selection to meet your needs. We're talking new, pre-owned, and commercial vehicles. Take it from one All-Pro to another, York has your best deal.
Shop online at yorkautomotive.com and we'll show you why we're not #1, you are.
We're not #1.
You are.
You're #1 at York.
You're watching high school basketball on the Indiana Sports Network.
11-8 after a nice, 6-0 spurt by the Patriots. They're right on the right side of the ledger now.
Yeah, they really are, and transition game really got them going here. Good steal by Wolfley. Lloyd leading him down the floor, and then, it helps when they're missing bunnies at the other end. But, yeah, they've really picked up the tempo here in the last minute or two and taken a little bit of control.
Can't anticipate too many more misses like that at the rim from Elsperman. But I guess we'll take it if you're Terre Haute North in the contest. A nice screen and roll. Boy, a nice slip there by Anslinger. He's got 5. Tyler Wren in the game as well as, who was the second patron to come in? Oh, that was Blake Hammond. So they usually sub in together in the first quarter. Little side screen. Fennell in the paint once again. He's got 6 in the quarter. Cam Fennell usually hits from outside, but showing that he can put the ball today.
Yeah, sometimes the Red Sea parts, and that's what happened there with Fennell.
Nice backdoor action. Missed everything was Schultz. Patriots with an opportunity trying to take the lead from 3 to 6. Not able to do it. Rebound, Anslinger. Kendrick on the push. All the way to the bucket. And the foul.
First foul of the game, but I'll tell you what, both offenses clicking pretty well. It's just North's been able to hit a few more shots, but the penetration from Memorial is pretty effective here.
Alex Broshears coming in the game for the Tigers.
There's 2 Broshears on the team. Yeah. His brother Andrew also plays.
And the free throw is no good. Hammond with the rebound. Got to watch Hammond. I like his strength, his size that he plays with, inside out capabilities. Looking for a pass. It should have been. It was a jump ball. Going to stay here. I think it would have been well served to pass that to the corner.
Yeah, that or go up a little sooner. He caught himself dancing a little bit there, and Kendrick able to grab a hold of it.
Looking for something around the basket. There's Fennell, right side. Number 23 is Tyler Wren. This young man is a sophomore, coming off of an injury to begin the season. And there's Fennell. I believe that's his first three-point attempt. It is true. That's why you got to guard him.
Already 9 for Fennell, a big first quarter for him. He was one of those guys that really didn't have much to say in the Classic, and like to see him step up. Another turnover.
And that one, with the second turnover there?
I've got him for 3.
Okay.
Could very well be wrong.
Well, you're usually right on the money. I'm messing with the new score sheet, so I'm trying to figure that thing out.
Luke Dockery in for Memorial as Elsperman gets a blow.
Wolfley being hounded by Kendrick. He's got it back now. Ball goes to the corner as Bryce ran back in the game. A nice up and under. How about this hoop for Fennell is large as the ocean right now. Throw it up and it will go down.
Yeah, he's got 11 of the team's 18 here in the first quarter.
Good defense by Fennell after all those points. What you score and your defense tends to ratchet up a little bit, doesn't it?
Yeah, it gives him some momentum, and we got a battle down here and a foul called on Dockery.
I tell you what, I'm going to say this. First of all, Bryce ran probably about, 4 rebounds, but I love the fact that Dockery got in his grill and would let him just advance the ball. That's only the first team foul. That is an excellent foul right there. You go for the steal, you don't get it. Really no harm. First team foul, first personal foul, and now we got a little change in defense with this 1-2-2.
Yeah, and you catch Wren a little bit out of his element back there trying to bring the ball up, and good attack. I like that one too.
Tyler down the lane with the harm. Tyler Wren goes about 6'4". A wiry young man still trying to put it all together, but you see the tools are there. Usually draws a very tough defensive assignment for the Patriots. Trying to give his team a 9-point lead and does. 21-12.
That was the first on Alex Broshears. Just 40 seconds left here in the first, and the Patriots have built a pretty comfortable lead.
Elsperman being shaded by the aforementioned Wren. Now Lloyd pops out on him on the switch, trying to get the steal. Still plenty of time in the quarter. Pass in the lane is tipped away. Here comes Fidel. He's got 4 on 2. Going up! Ooh, that would have brought the house down.
Tell you what, a lot better hustle today from the Patriots, but it's controlled. It's really controlled, and the defense is attacking pretty. I would think Coach Wolfley's pretty happy with this display so far.
Fidel, I'm sorry, the second time I've said that. Hammond with the offensive foul. Expected the side to be vacated. He spun right into Kendrick. And he'll pick up foul number 2.
Yeah, you don't hate that one. That's out of aggressiveness there. He dropped the shoulder, and I think, like you said, didn't really know that defender was there.
Let's see if we get a good shot from Memorial here in the last 7 seconds. Here comes Anslinger looking for a back door. Not there. Up and under is off the glass, and he kisses through the net. 21-14. We got a 7-point lead for the Patriots. Back for the second quarter after these messages.
Carbon Heating and Air Conditioning has been serving the Wabash Valley for over 30 years, and we are a leading Green Pro partner. Cold weather is here. Be sure to have your heating system serviced. We also have rebates available up to $625 on qualifying equipment. You can also get 24 months no interest financing for qualified customers. So if you need a service call or are looking to upgrade your current system, give us a call at 812-448-8387. Carbon Heating and Air Conditioning, where comfort and quality meet.
Joink has proudly served the Wabash Valley for over 20 years. And now we're investing in the future and bringing lightning-fast fiber internet to more communities. Fiber means faster. Streaming, learning, innovating, connecting. Experience what fiber internet can do for you from your local connection. Sign up today for free installation and a 3-year price lock. Visit joink.com to get started.
Get all the action live here on Indiana Sports Network.
21-14 coming out of the quarter break. Troy, your impressions of that first quarter?
I think if you're a Patriot fan, you're pretty happy with that one. It looked a lot better than the last time out. A lot of hustle, a lot of aggressiveness. Your shooting was a lot better. Keep attacking here. Everything's clicking so far. Great show by Fennell, by the way.
Fennell still hasn't rusted. I don't think he's been out. Still in the game, along with Lloyd, Kloppenstein, and the Wren boys. Anslinger, very aggressive in that first half, along with Kendrick, Elsperman. Anslinger's got the ball right now. Also in the game is Dockery. Maybe an ill-advised shot there over Bryce Wren. And also we have Broshears. Alex Broshears in the game for the Tigers. Elsperman with the rebound there. Trying to get this touchdown lead.
Memorial 2 for 2 from three-point land. They haven't taken one in almost 5 minutes, though.
I mentioned Tyler Wren usually drawing a tough assignment, and you see who he's guarding. A nice slip there. Oh, and the block, a thunderous block by who do you want to give the block to, Kloppenstein or Wren? They were both there.
Not really sure. I think that was Kloppenstein, but it's hard to tell. So
move that one out of the way. That's where I want the young man to be aggressive. Had Kendrick on him, and that is the problem that I have with Bryce Wren. I need Bryce Wren to turn and face at least if you got someone like Dylan Kendrick on you.
Nice find there as Anslinger knocks one down.
Anslinger's got 9 in the ball game, 21-16 Patriots. Bryce Wren has got to be aggressive for this team to advance the way they want to advance. Corner 3, a little bit short for the Fennell. Mason Lloyd not able to get that rebound away from Anslinger. I like Anslinger, don't you?
Oh, yeah, he's tough, and he's got good English on the ball. Boy, Elsperman can't buy a bucket tonight.
Yeah, good defense by Wren. With Mason with it. Now Fennell. Corner 3, Kloppenstein shuffled the puppies probably, got away with it. And Anslinger yet another rebound. This young man, how tall is he?
6'3".
6'3".
He's about the tallest on the team, actually.
Spin by Elsper. Oh, and another block. Tyler Wren just took it away from him. Now here comes Lloyd. Nice pass to Kloppenstein.
And honestly, Walt, that's what I'd like to see more of out of Brady Klopfenstein. Getting down inside, making some good cuts. Great find there, his first 2 of the night. Or afternoon, or whatever.
Yep. Elsperman would be well served if we could get to the free throw line, see something go down. There's a nice backdoor. We've seen very great offense out of those backdoor cuts for the Tigers.
Yeah, that's kind of been the one weakness for the Patriots so far. It's keeping Memorial in the game.
Tyler Wren being hounded by Dockery. Tough man-to-man defense deployed by these Tigers. Wren on the drive. And a quick timeout by Coach Wolfley. 25-18, 5 minutes to go, second quarter.
At Great Dane, we don't just build trailers, we build careers. For nearly 50 years, our dedicated teams in the Wabash Valley have been crafting some of the best trailers on the road. With cutting-edge technology and a family-focused environment, we empower our employees to grow, learn, and thrive in the manufacturing industry, all while focusing on delivering the very best for our customers. Come join our legacy of excellence and start building your future. Learn more at greatdane.com/careers. Great Dane. Be great.
You're watching the Indiana Sports Network.
Oh, the Terre North Patriots extend their lead back up to 7 points. Brady Stepp enters the game for the first time for the Patriots. This is an individual that doesn't get a whole lot, hasn't gotten a whole lot of run for the Patriots up to this point, but another big body for the Patriots.
Yeah, he is. I think they see their advantages inside, so let's put the big guys in there and let them eat a little bit.
Kendrick looking for another backdoor pass, cut off nicely by the Patriots. Lloyd now hounding on the top, and a great little runner. Was that Anslinger again?
Yep.
Yeah.
He's up to 11 on the day.
Averages 7 on the season. 7 points per game. And the Patriots have not been able to stymie him. Sometimes you just find the matchup, and he feels good against Gerald North. Klopfenstein with a nice drive. You talked about Klopfenstein wanting to see him inside, and there's a great job off the dribble drive, 27-20 Patriots.
It's not something we see a whole lot of, but it's something that he's pretty strong at. So,
speaking of strong, Anslinger is just putting these boys to work.
Single-handedly keeping Memorial in the game here, but boy, they got to shut him down getting to the hoop.
Also into the game is Millington. That's Nate Millington, number 14 for the Patriots. Mason Lloyd traveled off with a little curl. The turnover there, and 5-point deficit. Let's see if the Tigers can get a bucket here to trim this thing to one possession.
Yeah, they've really been focused on driving each and every possession, and it's been paying off with Anslinger. Not much luck for anybody else, but, I thought they'd be living outside, and I was completely wrong.
Yeah, we'll see what we do to get Elsperman going here. A young man that's a prolific scorer. Let's see what we can do to get him going for the tie. Oh, boy. Yeah, that's what we can do right there. You get the ball to Anslinger. They have ISO'd him several times, and it works time after time. The Terre North Patriots are going to have to figure that out.
He's got a lot quicker first step than Stepp can handle. No
Millington's three is off. Dockery, the lead head pass to Schultz. Excuse me, to Evans, I'm sorry. Elsperman has Millington staring him down. Now Evans. Corner three, Elsperman, there he is.
Been waiting all day for Elsperman to hit. He finally does. And Memorial 3 for 3 from 3 tonight.
Can't keep a good man down, and he ties it at 27. Klopfenstein trying to break the tie. No, slapped out to Vanell. Now Wolfley, left side three. It's good as a player down.
Yeah.
Oh, is that Dockery that's down? It was in the painted area, slow to get up. They stopped the play to check on him.
It's a big three by Wolfley there to kind of stem the tide. You were feeling it start to turn a little bit, but Gavin steps up and knocks down a big one.
So Kendrick comes back into the game. The injury by Dockery has made it to the bench, and hopefully he's going to be okay to come back in later. 2 minutes, 15 seconds. Slip and roll, pick and rolls. Kicked out for a 3, no good. Fennell, a strong rebound. Wolfley thought about the 3, wisely moves the ball. Had defenders in his face. Wolfley cut off. Kloppenstein now. Pounding that rock. There's Kloppenstein on the block. Spin off the glass. Troy, that's what you want to see.
Yeah, that's pretty, isn't it? They got to get him down there more because, man, does it pay off when you got 2 big bodies inside.
Kendrick cut off, and he gets it to Elferman. I love the action that the Tigers run. They get in the paint, couldn't quite make it. So that's what length will do. Makes you alter your shots. Wolfley, transition 3, no good. Elferman with the board. All the way down, looking for low contact. Not very happy that he didn't get it. And Wolfley gets the bump on the sideline, and that's going to go against Asher Evans.
Yeah, it's almost like Memorial's going in there kind of hoping something happens, but the shots they're actually taking aren't that quality, and Patriot defense is hanging tough.
32-27, a pretty high-scoring game for Terre North. Not a team that you always see score in the mid to upper 70s.
I think they only scored 37 against Northview, didn't they?
Yeah, something like that. There's Wren in the paint. Ball was slapped. Maybe I thought it was going to be slapped away from him, but he tossed that one away. Felt resistance, and we're not able to play through the contact there. It's going to be a turnover. And now, with under a minute to go, the Tigers got it.
You can tell this is kind of a hard-nosed Memorial team.
Yeah, it
They're
is.
a bunch of tough guys in here. They're not going to be quitting.
Elsterman, spacing not quite right there. There we go. Set this thing back up. Expecting contact going to the lane, covering that ball. I like that. Pass down low to Kendrick, back out. 3-point, no good. Would have been a big bucket there for Memorial. Now it's North with the last 15 seconds with a 5-point lead. Got to get this thing across. Wolfley does. Defense provided by Kendrick. Now down to 8. Got to get into your set right now. Down to 5. Great defense. Lead ahead pass. Can he get a bucket? Oh, the block at the buzzer. What a block. LeBron James style block.
They call a foul?
And they got a foul. Oh, I thought that was clean as a whistle.
Coach Wolfley's on the floor thinking we should be heading to the locker room.
What a block by Tyler Wren.
That looked clean.
Oh, he just pinned it on the backboard.
He must have got him with the body. I sure didn't see it. But boy, that was pretty, though. Can't discount the hustle by that young man. What a great recovery. Looked like a really clean block. But I think the contact to the body.
Wren picks up his first. And how's that not shooting then?
Yeah, that's a good
How is that not a shooting foul? You're kidding me. Oh my goodness, how about that? With .3 on the clock, Elferman tips the ball, which is all you can do. He tips it in from the painted area, right at the end line. Like if you're playing volleyball, the back line is where he was standing. 32-29 in a wild sequence to end the first half. We'll step aside for a break. Come back with halftime stats and analysis. It's the Evansville Memorial Terre North on the Indiana Sports Network.
Grace Clinic Health Professional. Affordable, compassionate, comprehensive healthcare for the whole family. In Terre Haute and Greencastle.
Joink has proudly served the Wabash Valley for over 20 years. And now we're investing in the future and bringing lightning-fast fiber internet to more communities. Fiber means faster. Streaming, learning, innovating, connecting. Experience what fiber internet can do for you from your local connection. Sign up today for free installation and a 3-year price lock. Visit joink.com to get started.
Get all the action live here on Indiana Sports Network.
It's time for the halftime report on the Indiana Sports Network.
What a lively end to that half, Troy. It was the chase down block by Tyler Wren, which I thought was clean, or you thought was clean. They got him on a foul, which was not a shooting foul some kind of way.
I don't understand that.
I don't know how you block a guy's shot in transition, chase him down while he's going up for a layup.
Pin it against the
backboard. You pin it, and it's not a shooting foul. That is one of the oddest things. I'd love to get an explanation on that one by. I see Mark Hopper out there doing officiating the game. I might have to ask him.
Go give him a question.
If I see him in the next, pretty soon, I'll have to ask him about that. But what a great first half we've seen.
Yeah, they put .3 back on the clock, and Elsperman makes up for the no free throws by tipping one in. A wild sequence there. But honestly, I'll hand it to Memorial because they were teetering on the edge of falling out of this thing. Fought all the way back, mainly by the guard penetration to the hoop. They're finding some good backdoor cuts. Elsperman stepped up a little, but really it was Max Anslinger. This kid's going off today. Already 15 points. Almost all of those at the hoop. He's hit 1-3 as well, but boy, he is tough. And Patriots got to find an answer for these cuts and kind of backdoors, and they got to get that shut down pretty quick.
It's so interesting because you have a prolific scorer like Elsperman, who you have to be careful of and to go off at any point. But because of that, you're able to play off of it. And Terre North, like you mentioned, having trouble seeing Memorial several buckets on backdoor cuts.
Yeah, and maybe they focused a little too much on Elsperman, maybe, and Anslinger coming out of nowhere. As you mentioned, he only averages about 7 a game. All of a sudden, he's more than doubled that already. Right. So, we'll see if the game plan stays the same for Memorial. Patriots need to adjust on defense, but offensively, Patriots are clicking pretty well. Cam Fennell had a huge first quarter with 11 points, and then he kind of fell off. Brady Klopfenstein comes out of nowhere and starts making dives to the hoop, and good guard play by Wolfley. And, the Wrens are playing solid, both of them. And, it should be a pretty entertaining second half here. It's been a whale of a game.
It really has. 32-29 here at the intermission. We'll step aside for a break, come back with more analysis to get you set for the third quarter after these messages.
There was a time when your local pharmacy defined your community. Before the days of long lines and drive-through national chains, pharmacists gave your health personal attention, and you always met with a familiar face. Back then, your questions were always answered, even when you forgot to ask. In Brazil, Indiana, that friendly local pharmacy has always been Lynn's Pharmacy. Since 1872, we are a modern pharmacy with the latest technology, still deliver that old-fashioned, friendly personal service today. Experience the tradition with your family at Lynn's Pharmacy in downtown Brazil.
We're the Browns, and this is our account. Our relationship with Riddell really began when we were kids, so when we started our business, it seemed like a natural fit for us.
Riddell's provided all of our financial needs for both personal and business, and we could not be happier with the level of service that we're provided.
Riddell National Bank has helped us grow our business so that we can help grow our communities with the core values that we both share. If you're looking to grow your business, Riddell is your best option.
Carbon Heating and Air Conditioning has been serving the Wabash Valley for over 30 years, and we are a leading Green Pro partner. Cold weather is here. Be sure to have your heating system serviced. We also have rebates available up to $625 on qualifying equipment. You can also get 24 months no interest financing for qualified customers. So if you need a service call or are looking to upgrade your current system, give us a call at 812-448-8387. Carbon Heating and Air Conditioning, where comfort and quality meet.
You're watching high school basketball on the Indiana Sports Network.
A big non-conference affair here, 32-29, your score. here at the intermission. Other games of interest here today, Terre South playing on the road, a conference game at Columbus North this evening. Terre South so far 5-5 on the season. They'll play at Columbus North. A big conference game for the Braves. Be tough one. Always tough playing the Bulldogs on the road.
Yeah, it's a first conference game for both of them. It's been an up and down year so far for South, obviously getting knocked off by North last week. And yeah, these conference games coming hot and heavy. After that, South will have North on the 17th, I think, is the two big games at the Holman Center with the girls and the boys. And we'll look forward to being there. But yeah, Terre Haute North has Columbus North coming up next week.
Always tough with the Bulldogs. I don't care what sport it is. It's always going to be a battle. The West Vigo Vikings are off this weekend. They next contest for the 6-6 Vikings are going to Riverton Park to play, or actually home against Riverton Park on the 7th, and then on the 10th they'll have North Putt, which will be a conference game for the Vikings. The Vikings got a couple of wins in the Wabash Valley Classic, so played 4 games, which I think should be what you want to do in that Classic, to get 4 games in and then win a pair. It's not bad showing by the Vikings.
I think they'd be pretty happy with that. Another neat one going on today, Northview traveling up to Mishawaka.
That's where I was going next. You read my mind.
It's the 100th anniversary of Mishawaka's first game, where they played the Brazil Red Devils, and I guess that Northview has some special uniforms. And
hopefully we get pictures. We can see some picture of that. I want to see those uniforms. And I know Tony Harper's saying something right now, but I can't understand what he's saying. Yeah, we were hoping to get that game, on our airwaves, but talking to the Mishawaka athletic director, they're going to have their students do that game instead, which I understand.
Yeah.
But we did try very hard to be there for that very special contest. So of course,
it's a historic gymnasium up there too, and I guess they're kind of redecorating it like it's 100 years ago. I think it's $1 general admission. So
are they going to have sodas for a dime?
Yeah,
we got bottled Coca-Cola. What are we going to have here?
Popcorn for a nickel.
I hope so. I hope they do it all, but no, it'll be even more special if the Northview Knights come away with that thing 11-0. A 10-0 start from Coach Neville. The Wabash Valley Classic championship under his belt. Playing some really good basketball, and hope the Northview Knights can get that big victory at the 100th year celebration at Mishawaka this afternoon. It's 32-29 here at halftime. We'll step aside for our last break in the halftime show, come back and give you this third quarter of action. It's Memorial in Terre Haute North right here on the Indiana Sports Network.
At Great Dane, we don't just build trailers, we build careers. For nearly 50 years, our dedicated teams in the Wabash Valley have been crafting some of the best trailers on the road. With cutting-edge technology and a family-focused environment, we empower our employees to grow, learn, and thrive in the manufacturing industry, all while focusing on delivering the very best for our customers. Come join our legacy of excellence and start building your future. Learn more at greatdane.com/careers. Great Dane. Be great.
I ran out of my pain meds too quickly.
I took more and more to get through my day.
I did anything to get them.
I needed help. I needed hope. I found them both.
Professional, safe, no wait times, quality treatment. Regain something lost. Call or go to winrecovery.org.
You are watching Indiana High School basketball on the Indiana Sports Network.
We would not be able to do these contests without Carbon Heating and Air, Disabled American Veterans, Fearless Designs, Fellowship of Christian Athletes, Great Dane, Hamilton Center, Joint, Riddell National Bank, Lynn's Pharmacy, and York Automotive. A big thank you to Kanan Harper, Wyatt Foster, and Noah Gastineau giving the pictures that we have here today, and putting everything together is our director, Tony Harper. Terre Haute North starting with a 3-point lead and the ball here in the third quarter of play. Looks like all starters have made their way back to the floor. Ran on a switch. Gives the ball up to Fennell. Kloppenstein thought about it and keeps the ball moving. See what Terre Haute North can get out of their first possession here offensively. In no hurry, trying to find the right matchup. Here comes, there we go.
Nice.
There's a little aggression. They were trying to get that earlier. Bryce Wren trying to get him going. Clearly running that play for him to come out of the quarter break.
Yeah, this is first 2 of the game and a nice physical move to the hoop there. That's what you want to see.
He had, on that switch, he had Schultz to early in the possession. Didn't do much with it. And they did reset, got the ball back to him. But I think this is a young man that can unlock some things for these Terre Haute North Patriots. And Mason Lloyd gets a big steal. But I would love to see him be more aggressive, more domineering in the basketball contest, looking for some offense. Fennell off the drive, almost gives that thing away. Good hustle. Diving after that thing was Asher Evans. Now did it get? Oh, it was a turnover.
Yeah, I don't think anybody touched it.
I thought Memorial touched it last. I'm sorry. Okay.
Got 5 turnovers apiece now in this game. So.
I think Evans thought they touched it last as well.
Yeah,
usually you don't dive for a loose ball that's going out of bounds that your opponent touched. But he was fooled, and so was I. Drive cut off by Fennell. Outside shot from 3. Guess who?
Jinx. Anslinger 2 for 2 from 3 today, up to 18 points.
He's having himself a day.
He is. I don't know what his career high is, but you think he may be sniffing it.
Wren to Kloppenstein. Resistance in the paint. Not able to really bother him all that much, but it was a little bit too hard on the attempt. Here comes the Ellsberger. His shot's blocked. Elferman, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry for getting his name wrong. 3-point no good. Kloppenstein trying to get the rebound, and he does. Fennell to Wolfley. In the paint, spin.
Look at that move. Wow.
Gavin Wolfley.
10 for him tonight. Great move there, spinning in the lane and getting the layup to fall up to a 4-point lead.
Kendrick off the, trying to get a little, I thought he got a little body there, but here comes Kloppenstein. He looking for a foul. Get back and play defense, young man. Schultz thought about it. Oh boy. Oh, if that would have gone down. Elsterman had Kloppenstein a little woozy there with that crossover.
Yeah, Brady's got to get his head together here. He's still upset about the last time down.
Wolfley with the finger on, no good, but he did get fouled. Will that be shooting, or will that be? If before the end of the half was not shooting, this better not be. And it is. Oh, mercy sakes. I'm still blown away by that one.
It's the first foul on Kendrick. Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. So we'll have to. You need to ask somebody about that.
Yeah. Wolfley, I believe his first trip to the free throw line. I haven't seen very many free throws here today by either team. He knocks that down.
Yes, so far the Patriots just 2 for 2 from the free throw line, and Evansville 1 for 1.
38-32, 6-point advantage for the Patriots. Under 5 minutes to go here in the quarter.
Like Memorial, a little more comfortable to sit out on the perimeter here in the second half. You're going to have to knock down some shots if you're going to do that.
Lead ahead pass to Anslinger. Nice cut and a 3-pointer, no good. Guess who? Off the bounce. The rebound good. Anslinger's up to 20. Is that what you got? 20?
Yep, 20 points. Chance to make it more. That foul going against Lloyd.
Tyler Wren coming in for Kloppenstein.
Boy, this kid today, he's just on another planet.
He is. Three-point play has been completed. He's got 6 in the quarter already. Halfway through. Mason Lloyd's got it. Drive cut off by Evans. Tyler ran now. Double team comes. Street travel with the basketball. Yep, they knocked it away from him, and he kind of made him bobble the ball.
Yeah. Didn't compose it, and some steps, another turnover. Let's see if the Tigers could lead, tie it, or draw within one.
Momentum shifting here a little bit, and big chance here for the Tigers to possibly tie it up.
Elsperman still looking for his offense and not trying to force anything. Anslinger with a foul on Bryce Wren.
It's just his first. Yep. Little lull here for the Patriots. You got to find a way out of this. We need a big shot to fall or something. Good stop on defense would be nice.
Big screen there by Anslinger. 2 big screens on that out of bounds. He's got to play football too. He's got to. Nice take. There you go. Wren with another block. We've seen, about 3 blocks by Bryce Wren?
Yeah,
We've
he's
seen
been
one
all
for
over.
Tyler Wren.
Bryce averages 2.7 blocks per game. Tyler averages 2, and I think they're both exceeding that today.
Anslinger looking for a cutter. Evans. Now back to Kendrick. Quite a ways away from the basket. Under 3 minutes now in the third quarter. Memorial looking for a good shot. Swinging the ball, and Slinger from 3 with Wren coming at him. Maybe not the shot you wanted. After being, patient, would love to get a better shot than that. Wren on the take, looks at 2, nice cutter to his brother. Wasn't quite on the mark to lead him toward the basket. Here comes the Wolfley. Nice interception there by Evans. And the lead-ahead pass will lead to a foul. They were looking for Elsperman in the corner. He would have had maybe an open 3. Bryce Wren was conversion upon him. 2:22 to go, third quarter.
It's the second foul on Tyler Wren. This game's kind of stagnated here the last couple minutes. It's going to be interesting to see which team breaks out first.
2 very quality teams. Memorial 7-0, looking for the lob attempt and pass a little bit off the mark. Here comes Terre North, coming at 9-2. Nice post-New Year's matchup. Wolfley, oh boy, a little bit too much mustard on that pass. Sloppy passing right there in this sequence. We'll see if Fennell can end it with the bucket. He can. That was a big bucket right there, because that possession was going nowhere fast.
Yeah, that was kind of diamond out of a mess there. Is another turnover for Memorial now.
Yeah, and a foul. Not a whole lot that Anslinger could do with that basketball except try to pass to the corner. Wolfley knew that and stood on the baseline to intercept that pass. We've seen Patriots do that a couple times here today. And a timeout. We're going to get a timeout by Evansville Memorial. 30 seconds, we'll be right back.
Joink has proudly served the Wabash Valley for over 20 years. And now we're investing in the future and bringing lightning-fast fiber internet to more communities. Fiber means faster. Streaming, learning, innovating, connecting. Experience what fiber internet can do for you from your local connection. Sign up today for free installation and a 3-year price lock. Visit joink.com to get started.
You're watching high school basketball on the Indiana Sports Network.
1:48 to go, third quarter, 40-35, North up 5. Talking about the officials, I mentioned Mark Hopper. I was just fishing around on IHSA's website this week. Did you know that there's a web page just for tournament officials?
Really?
And you could click on a guy's name and see all of the tournament games that he's officiated.
I didn't realize they were that deep on
I
there.
didn't either. I didn't either. I just saw that just like maybe yesterday or 2 days ago.
I like when you give me new rabbit holes to go down.
I didn't have time to go down the rabbit hole, but I promise you I will soon. Oh! Dive! Tyler to Bryce Wren. A big flush.
Entered the Wren zone down here.
Yeah.
It's 42-35 now, brother to brother.
Elsperman. Uh-oh. You got to get out of him a little quicker than that. Cool hand Luke.
It's a big
with
answer.
The three.
Big answer. Down to a 4-point game now. Memorial had been really quiet on offense most of this quarter.
Lloyd's just got the 2 points here in this contest. Wren dancing. Got Fidel in the corner. Look out. Big rebound, and it poked away. Tyler Wren from 3. You don't see that all the time. He's got a big bucket there. That gives him 8 in the ball game. Under 40 seconds. Patriots back up the touchdown. Kendrick in the paint. Oh, don't, young man.
Shuffle.
Yeah, you can't. You just can't.
Nice find.
Elsperman under the basket.
Got to
you
go
see
up
a
quick,
lot of length. Lloyd shadowing him, and he saw Wren near under 15 seconds. Wolfley in the paint, cross court to Wren. Under 10.
Huge.
Mason Lloyd. Oh, that usually goes down. Fidel with the fight underneath the basket. Is a push going to stay here. That's a tough call either way. Whoever that foul would have been on, that's a tough call.
Yeah, that 3 would have been huge by Lloyd. That would have made a 10-point game going to the 4th quarter. Still Patriot ball, though.
Yeah, out of bounds situation. Only the 3rd team foul. Nobody's been in the bonus yet today.
It was Elsperman's first. 3 seconds left.
Plenty of time if we saw the end of the first half. Tyler Wren. Corner 3. No good for Blake Hammond. And your touchdown advantage remains 45 Patriots, 38 Tigers. Will be right back to the floor.
We were choosing colors for the house, and I stopped and looked at Mike and said, "We're really doing this, aren't we?" The process was challenging, but Riddell was there for us every step of the way. The mortgage, closing, they eased our stress. It made sense when Mike said,
"We're really doing this."
Mortgage loans made easy from Riddell. Making friends since 1885.
At Lynn's Pharmacy, we're more than just your pharmacist. We're your neighbors.
Our kids go to the same schools. We eat at the same restaurants.
We sit next to you in church.
When I listen to a symptom.
When I fill a prescription.
When I offer advice, I'm not just helping a customer. I'm helping my neighbor and a friend. My name is Lynn Hofstetter, and I'm the proud owner of Lynn's Pharmacy, a modern pharmacy with old-fashioned values and personal service dedicated to keeping you, your family, and our community healthy since 1872.
Here at Lynn's Pharmacy, downtown Brazil.
8 minutes showing the clock for the 4th quarter, Troy. What does Evansville Memorial need to do to sustain a run and get back in this game?
Yeah, their offense is kind of falling apart here the second half of that 3rd quarter. Just getting down inside. They're not moving the ball as quick. You know, they're finding the back screens, but they're not taking it straight up. And obviously the Wrens are going to chop down anything you hesitate on down there. So, you know, either the three's got to start dropping or they got to start getting back to the movement they had early in the game in the paint.
Four-point win for the Patriots last year down at Evansville Memorial, 58-54. Quick whistle and a quick foul, 6 seconds into the quarter. Camille Kloppenstein. This is first foul. Very few fouls been called in this game, and I'm not mad about it. Players just out there playing. Elsperman, a little bit off. Didn't quite have his feet set. And a big rebound by Dockery. No good. To the free throw line will be Alex Broshier.
It's Klopfenstein's second foul, and yet they're having to kind of double pump every time they go up. So if you can avoid the contact, you got a pretty good chance of them missing in there.
Go Shears off the front iron.
Just the third free throw attempt of the day for the Tigers, and they're only 1 of 3.
There's a free throw knocked down there. First point by Broshears. And a turnover. And Slinger, let's see if he can get back to his scoring ways. Oh, that one just couldn't quite nestle down through the net there. 2-on-1 situation. Here comes Fennell off the glass. No.
Yeah, you got to give that up.
Yep.
2 teammates down there, and he took it.
Pass down, and Elsterman a bucket. The quick timeout by Coach Wolfley. 7-12, the lead's been trimmed to 4. We'll be right back.
Your All-Pro running back Jonathan Taylor here for York Automotive. Looking for an All-Pro deal on your next car, truck, or SUV? York is my #1 pick. With over 600 vehicles in stock, York has the largest selection to meet your needs. We're talking new, pre-owned, and commercial vehicles. Take it from one All-Pro to another, York has your best deal.
Shop online at yorkautomotive.com and we'll show you why we're not #1, you are.
We're not #1.
You are!
You're #1 at York.
Carbon Heating and Air Conditioning has been serving the Wabash Valley for over 30 years, and we are a leading Green Pro partner. Cold weather is here. Be sure to have your heating system serviced. We also have rebates available up to $625 on qualifying equipment. You can also get 24 months no interest financing for qualified customers. So if you need a service call or are looking to upgrade your current system, give us a call at 812-448-8387. Carbon Heating and Air Conditioning, where comfort and quality meet.
Get all the action live here on Indiana Sports Network.
7-12 shows in the fourth quarter. And Evansville Memorial trying to bust a move on Terre Haute North and get back in this game. Only down 4. A stop here would be big. North are going to spread this thing out. Try to get some cuts to the basket, maybe get a layup.
Pretty stingy defense here by the Tigers.
And there's a foul on the way to the basket, and we're going to be at 2 free throws. Foul, I think, is going to be on Broshears. Nope. It's going to be on Kendrick.
Send Wolfley to the line. He's 2 for 2 from the stripe so far.
Gavin Wolfley, a young man that really does a lot for his team. And you mentioned at times kind of being out of control, and I think his father, Todd, would agree to that, and sometimes wants to pull his hair out. But sometimes you got to take the bad with the good. Nice little give and go there. Nothing doing there.
Keep an eye out for Elsperman. He's 1 point from that 1,000 mark.
Ooh. Tyler ran saying, you're not going to get it right here. Sorry, Bryce ran, and that's who got the block. You want to challenge these big guys to get them in foul trouble. Now, it hasn't worked through 3 quarters.
No, they've been, they've controlled themselves well inside, not making a lot of contact, and boy, they've been a blocking machine down there today.
Love to see him kind of pull up. There's your opportunity. Kendrick all the way to the basket. Went off the opposite foot. The teardrop layup, bring his team within 4.
Can't fall asleep here if you're the Patriots, only up 4. This Tiger team could make it a run at any point, so you got to be scoring some buckets.
Fennell to Wolfley after making 4 free throws. Not able to make the 3-pointer, but oh boy, Coach Hamilton can't be happy with that offensive rebound.
Patriots just 4 of 16 from beyond the arc.
At some point, I think the Tigers are going to have to come out and trap. There's a foul number 2 Gets you closer to the bonus. We haven't been there all day. 5 minutes and 19 seconds to go. A lot of time left. But this Patriot team handles the ball pretty well, and of course with no shot clock, then we can really run, a very deliberate offense, making Memorial come out and chase and maybe give up a layup.
Yeah, and Coach Wolfley has no problem slowing a game down. We've seen that several times. They play like their hair's on fire, build up a lead, and then all of a sudden everything just stops.
Yep. Now here comes the trap. Trying to force a turnover. Got a hand on the ball there. North still possesses, though. Fennell to Wren to Hammond underneath. Young man is just, I'm telling you, Blake Hammond, you haven't seen it today, but he really hasn't gotten on track. This is a young man I really like, possesses great strength, a great nose around the basket, really knows how to operate down there.
Hammond just a sophomore, too.
He's going to have a good career here at Terre North. Elserman, they've got Wren on him. Wren.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh, boy, he bothered him just enough. How did that shot by Evans not go down?
He protected the ball all the way up.
He did.
Great job. Got a good shot off. I thought it was falling, but
sometimes you do everything right, but just don't get rewarded, and that's exactly what happened right there.
Maybe a frustration foul down here on Evans, his third. And this is a big possession here for the Patriots. You put up another 2 or 3, and you're all of a sudden making this a real hard prospect of winning for the Tigers.
Lloyd with the ball on the North logo. Fennell looking. So you're running a lineup right here where you don't have Gavin Wolfley on the court. There's Mason Lloyd. And didn't quite get that shot to go down, but Bryce Wren cleans it up like a Hoover.
You know, he may only have 6 points today, Walt, but I put him right up there for player of this game, I think. He's just defensively, the effect he's had on this Evansville team has been, it's altered the course of this thing.
Sure has. He's got to have, 5 blocks today?
Oh, easily, I think.
Doesn't get the free throw, but Kloppenstein. Nobody got a body on Kloppenstein, and he gets the offensive board. 53-43, first double-digit lead for the Patriots. 3-point shot, no good. And that's not the game for Memorial. Coming into this contest, Evansville Memorial had only attempted 95 threes. Not made, attempted only 95 threes. And that's not the game that they want to play here, trying to chase down these North Patriots from a 10-point deficit with under 3:30 to go. Tyler Wren on the drive, finger roll.
It's getting close to time for that dagger. Biggest lead of the game for the Patriots.
17-footer, top of the key, no. Bryce Wren. And that might be, that defensive stop right there. Kind of taking the air out of the sails of Memorial.
Memorial almost looks a little bit worn out here. Ooh,
we talked about that. Going to get a timeout. Timeout by Coach Allington. We'll take it as well. Full timeout with 2:47 to go.
Joink has proudly served the Wabash Valley for over 20 years. And now we're investing in the future and bringing lightning-fast fiber internet to more communities. Fiber means faster. Streaming, learning, innovating, connecting. Experience what fiber internet can do for you from your local connection. Sign up today for free installation and a 3-year price lock. Visit joink.com to get started.
At Great Dane, we don't just build trailers, we build careers. For nearly 50 years, our dedicated teams in the Wabash Valley have been crafting some of the best trailers on the road. With cutting-edge technology and a family-focused environment, we empower our employees to grow, learn, and thrive in the manufacturing industry, all while focusing on delivering the very best for our customers. Come join our legacy of excellence and start building your future. Learn more at greatdane.com/careers. Great Dane, Be great.
Get all the action live here on Indiana Sports Network.
Well, the Patriots starting to flex a little muscle up 14 with under 3 to go. Trying to move to 10-2 on this still fairly young season. Elsterin looking for point number 1,000, and Bryce Wren not wanting that to happen on his watch.
It's been a good bounce back. You got to get a good finish to this thing, though. Feel good coming out of this.
Foul before the shot. Be team foul number 3. How about Bryce Wren guarding Elsterman, who can do it off the bounce and see with that length, and Wren able to stay with him.
Yeah, and it's really Wren that kind of finally shut down Anslinger, because let's not forget, he's got 21 points today, pretty much all coming at the hoop, but Wren several blocks, and a lot of pressure down there has kind of stopped him.
Yeah, if a team doesn't do it from 3 and wants to get to the paint and faces a team like the Patriots with this much length, it provides a bit of a challenge. You have to be pinpoint with your the sets you run. In the first half, I think they were done just that.
Yeah, they were hanging tough, and Schultz knocks down a couple there, but yeah, I think some tired feet have gotten a hold of the Tigers. Sure. Like we said, a big win over Brebeuf last night, and undefeated so far, and this is going to feel good for the Patriots to knock them off, but nothing to hang your head about here at 7-1.
Of course, 2 minutes to go, but indications look like this is going to go the Patriots' way. Funnier things happen, but without a shot clock, and I think this is where, in my estimation, Troy, not to say that teams are going to come back from 12-point deficits all willy-nilly, but with a shot clock, you have to, run a little bit more offense, have a little bit more plan. And a team, if you get hot, if one goes cold, it can change things fairly quickly. So I think if that does happen, you see a nice bucket there by Evans. If that does happen sometime in the near future, I'll be interested to see the strategy that comes with it in fourth quarter situations.
Yeah, it's going to change a lot of in-game situations. Nice shot there, too. Fennell has got 15. How about it today for him? But that's going to change a lot of the things we're used to seeing when it comes to high school basketball. And
I like strategy.
I
like to see coaching show their wares and a team be able to execute what the coach lays out in front of them. I mean, I that's my personal, what I like. I mean, football has a clock, and baseball, the pitcher can't stand on the mound all day.
That is one thing I like, the pitching clock. But,
so why can't basketball players execute, get a shot off in a prescribed amount of time, even if it's 40 seconds?
It speeds up the game. I know it's about the game, but it makes it a better show, too. It makes it more of a sport, honestly, in my opinion. But, you don't want to see the four-corner offense run anymore. Those days are long gone.
Yep.
And if a team gets up by 10, you don't want them just to be able to sit on it. So
let's see some intrigue. Let's see a player be able to execute, make decisions in a pressure situation, because guess what? That's what life is. In life, you have to make pressure situations, pressure decisions in tough situations, and I think if they say sports is a metaphor for life.
See Trey Brown in there. I see a few different guys coming in.
Host the substitutions for Memorial.
Also Maddox Woodcock.
Then for Memorial, you see Ethan Stahl.
You kind of feel bad for Elsperman. He's 1 point short of 1,000.
Well, he'll get it next time out.
Are they at home next time?
As a matter of fact, no, they're at Castle.
Well, he'll go get it at Castle, I guess.
Yeah, he will. On the drive was Connor O'Donoghue, not quite get that one to go. And the Patriots will take a 16-point victory, 63-47. A very convincing victory with the Patriots after being up by 3 points at the half, 32-29. And we'll just keep this here and wrap this up here, Troy. When you look at the way this game started, it was 21-14 at the end of one quarter, 32-29, as I mentioned, at the end of the first half after a very exciting finish with the chase down block, a foul, and a buzzer beater from 7 feet by Elsterman to end the first half and bring it within 3. And then Terre North Patriots started to flex a little bit and got their first double-digit lead here in the fourth quarter and was able to massage this thing out to 16 to go to 10-2.
Yeah, and I feel like the guys we talked about before the game, we might have been right for once. You know, they took it to them inside, and I think they wore Memorial down a good bit. The Tigers certainly looked to be getting more tired towards the end of that game.
Right.
A lot more pep in the step of the Patriots. A great game by, honestly, both of the Wrens. Bryce and Tyler were strong defensively.
Yes.
That's what you wanted to see. Bryce put up, I think he had 8 points on the night, and Tyler maybe 8 or 9, I'm not sure. But, you know, they produced on both ends, but they put a lot of pressure defensively on the Tigers, and they were able to finally shut down that kind of backdoor game they were playing, and that ended up turning the tides, and big 16-point win today. You got to feel good about that after your last time out, especially here at home. We've talked about the loss to Northview, and this kind of sets things straight for the Patriots.
It does, and get them on the right footing. Their next contest will be at South Vermilion. That'll be on Tuesday, January the 7th, the Tuesday evening game, and they'll be at South Vermilion trying to get another victory there. Evansville Memorial, their next game we mentioned will be at Castle. You talked about Bryce Friend. We talked about him. We're wanting to see more from him, and I hope that he hears this. I think that he's got a lot more than what, and I'm not saying this just because the young man's taller than everybody else. I'm not a person that's just because you're taller than everybody, you should be dominant. But in certain situations, you got to look at the basket if you're that tall and you have a mismatch. And that's where I want to see at least turn and face and then find the cutter. Don't pitch it out before you even look at the basket. I want to see that. I need to see some fire from that young man because I think he's got a lot more to show. And so it'll be interesting to see how the Patriots progress. We'll say hopefully Memorial will continue to have a good season. I'm sure they will, and good luck to them the rest of the way. But your final thoughts on the Patriots as they get a big victory today?
Yeah, and they had a lot of different guys step up today. That was good to see. Yeah. Fennell kind of charged him out of the gate. He had 11 in the first quarter, ended up with 16. There were certain times Wolfley took over a little bit and kind of gave him a spark. We talked about both Wrens. Klopfenstein played good. When you can go up and down the score sheet like that, all the contributions offensively, defensively, Lloyd played pretty good game today. And, you know, that's basically all the guys that spent a lot of time in there, and they all contributed really well. That's what Coach Wolfley wants to see every time out. And they hadn't been getting that every game. So back on track today. They got one more, and then they have a couple conference matchups. So, you know, it's going to get serious here, and they need games like today. That needs to be the norm. I like what you said about Wren, though. He does need to face up a little more, especially against teams like today where they're not as tall and he can dominate. We've talked about him putting some meat on his bones, so we know he needs to do that. But he's got a good skill set, and this kid's got a pretty high ceiling.
Well, the Tigers, unfortunately for them, dropped to 7-1. The Patriots raised their record to 10-2. That'll do it for our broadcast today. I want to thank our sponsors, Carbon Heating and Air, Disabled American Veterans, Fellers Design, Fellowship of Christian Athletes, Great Dane, Hamilton Center, Joint, Lynn's Pharmacy, Riddell National Bank, and York Automotive. From Kanan Harper, White Foster, Noah Gaston, no thank you for holding those cameras. Tony Harper, our director, for today's broadcast. Our next broadcast will be next Friday, South Vermilion at Park Heritage. Always a spirited contest when those two teams get after it. And so that'll be our next broadcast. It'll be 7:30 down at Park Heritage, 7:15 pregame show. From a partner, Troy Wildzina, I'm Walter Gordon saying good night, good bless. Happy New Year, and we'll see you next Friday night from Park Heritage.
You are watching the Indiana Sports Network Game of the Week. This program is a copyrighted production of Indiana Sports Network and cannot be shown, reproduced, or redistributed in any way or in any form without prior written permission from Indiana Sports Network.
You're watching high school basketball on the Indiana Sports Network.